Jason Hollis Farms. I'm about 10 foot off the ground. That little bitty pine tree, locked and loaded. This tree's about that big around. Tight in there. I didn't know the neighbor was logging. They sound like they're right up on top of us. They're a pretty good piece away. I believe we'll be alright. Alright, y'all, that was quick, fast, and in a hurry. Oh shoot, I see another deer. Looks like a big buck. He wasn't big as I thought he was. I think it was just a 6-point. I can't see where these deer's coming from up that way, hardly just through the pines. I ain't but about 10 foot off the ground. I think I made a good shot. Everything went so fast. I done cut the big camera off. All I had on was this little camera. It looked good. On east down, I didn't realize there was that many deer up there. Several came out after I shot. Get down and see what we see. Alright, I got my arrow. It was stuck just about flat in the ground, covered. I think 10 yards. I mean, it was almost a flat shot this way, so I'm not even gonna look. I'm gonna gather my stuff up and we'll go get PJ and the ranger and all. Alright, y'all, here's my setup. See, I got one stick on the ground. 1, 2 sticks in my stand. Might not be but about 9 feet. 8.5, 9 feet. Perfect. Alright, y'all, got PJ collared up, hopped on the four-wheeler, grabbed a little trailer, come on the four-wheeler just in case we gotta drive through these little pines and drag it out, because I don't need to be dragging it much. Let's go see what we can find. Alright, I left my arrow right there and she went in right here. Come on, BJ. Try to get BJ on the right track. Come on, girl. Hunt him up. Hunt him up.
All right, y'all, let's get to today's Bible verse. Still on the word power. Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 21. Therefore, give their children over to famine and deliver them up to the power of the sword. And let their wives become childless and widowed. Let their men also be smitten to death, their young men struck down by the sword in battle. Alright, y'all, so I started to take all this footage and I made my mind up I was just going to delete it all. And I made my mind up I was not going to. Never know who's watching these videos, and the main reason I do not want to delete this stuff, and I want to show it, I'm going to make a video out of it for what it's not going to be much of a video, but what it's worth. If there's some, there happens to be a new bow hunter watching this video, this might help them, because bow hunting can be discouraging. Well, I have a little story time too. I've been bow hunting since I was, I guess, 10 years old. I think I killed my first one with my bow when I was either 10 or 11, but anyway, been doing it a long time, and yes, I have lost some deer. And the more you do things, the more things are gonna happen. The more you hunt, things happen. You might be more than you lose. The more you race, the more wrecks you might get in. The more baseball you play, that's something I'm trying to teach Cody. The more baseball you got play, better levels, higher levels you get out, your batting average a lot of time ain't gonna be as good. As better competition, you're gonna be lower. You know, you got the best in the pros, and if they bat 300, they get paid millions. A lot of them 200, 100. But anyway, I did not find the deer. Sick. Wasn't just a lot of blood. Looked and looked and looked back and forth. I'm cut up. Thank goodness I had a long sleeve shirt on, and these breeches do pretty good in the briars. Looked and looked and looked. Wasn't just very far off the field that we ran out of blood. Boy, it's hard to track in them pine needles too. But the way PJ was acting, and of course she's not just no super tracking dog. We know that. She had never been on many, but you kind of tell how they act. I would just about be willing to bet that the deer's still alive. But here's my point. If we got a new bow hunter watching, you can do everything right. This ain't the first time this ever happened up to me, for sure. If somebody's bow hunted a lot and they tell you it had never happened, they're either very lucky or they're lying one, or had never shot many. But anyway, or way better than I am, that's what we'll call it. But I did everything right. You can do everything right. I've been practicing nearly daily for a long time. Turned my bow down, got everything comfortable. I mean, everything I like equipment, and I try to get the best equipment that I can get. I wasn't but about 10 foot up in the air, had super cover in front of me, super cover behind me. I mean, everything was perfect. They had walked by, and here's probably my mistake. When I left this morning, usually if I'm planning on shooting a doe, you know, I know. But I really wasn't planning on shooting one this morning, and I kind of made my mind up too quick there, or too late, put it that way. It came by, and I said, if she comes back by, I'm gonna see if I can do that. And then I couldn't see. I had good shooting windows right there, but I couldn't see bits and pieces up the lane and bits and pieces down the lane. So I kind of had to rush, and I was fooling with the cameras. I do know one thing. This camera I'm filming on now, I had it mounted on my bow. I looked back briefly. I hadn't even looked at I want to see the shot on a big screen, see if I can zoom in. And I didn't get the big camera back on, had this on. All that's gonna work great. It's a lot going on with these cameras and stuff in the tree and all. No excuses though. So here's what I think. Here's what I know really. I did everything right. Had to stand in the perfect spot, super cover, had the wind right, didn't know why I was in the world. I ended up seeing, I got them on film, quite a few right after I had shot, and I thought I saw a big buck, but it was like a 6-point. Pretty wide deer though up there. I could just see bits and pieces of him. And but anyway, everything right, wind right, cover, everything. I mean, I got my bow up where I had my bow on my stand. Everything was perfect. It come right out of the bow holder. I mean, just went perfect. But I can tell you, I remember seeing my pins, and 9 times out of 10, if you make a good shot, me anyway, I remember picking that little bitty spot and putting the right pin right on them. So I remember seeing my pins, and y'all heard me stop her. I just gotten too big. I should have just let her walk on by. Done gotten too big of her. But anyway, I remember I drew back, and I remember seeing all the pins and stopped her and rushed and just pulled the trigger. And you know, with the recurve bow, you really gotta pick a spot, bear down, pick a hair. Well, that compound, and I've mentioned it before, you gotta put that pin on them. It's just like people, a lot of times, and I've done it and laughed, they say, my gun's off, my gun's off. Well, it hit right where you was aiming. I guarantee you, even if the scope's off, it hit right where it was pointed. So, my bow hit right where it was pointed. It was all me this morning. I remember thinking, boy, that was a little far back, and I just didn't make a good shot. That's just all it boils down to. A bow is super deadly, but you gotta make no different than a rifle. You gotta hit them right. And I feel pretty confident the way PJ acted, no more blood than it was, that she's probably still alive. I hope she is. God, it makes me sick. But like I said, I started to delete everything. I said, no. I said, because bow hunting can be very discouraging. I didn't want somebody that might happen to be new to the bow hunting sport to be down and out when something happens, because it's going to happen if you go enough. So you just kind of like when you get bucked off your horse or mule, you just got to get back in the saddle and keep on going. And yeah, it bothers me, and I won't forget it I won't never forget it. I probably would forget some I've got before some that I've hit and lost. But I know what I did. I didn't bear down and put that pin on it. I mean, that deer wasn't 10 yards. You know, you thinking, you just heard it, just, and it wasn't due to my equipment, it wasn't due to practice, it was due to that nervous, hurry up human thing that happened right there at the end. Bow hunting, I hate it. But we're gonna learn from it, hopefully, and hope it never happens again. I hope I get to go a bunch, and it probably will again. I'm feeling better, a little sore, but I am proud to get to go, and we're gonna do some good. I'm glad I did what I did, and that didn't happen right off the bat on a big buck. I need to take a few does, because it's been a while since I got one with a bow, because I've been so down. And we're gonna get better though. We're gonna get right back up in the saddle and try to do it again, and do it right this time. But anyway, point of the matter is, don't get too discouraged. Just learn from it. Keep on pecking along. Appreciate y'all watching. Out of here. All right, y'all. So when it rains, it pours. I was just editing, and I know I viewed the shot on my little camera, but it's not on there anymore. One of them days. I hate it.